And thanks for the opportunity.
Good. Now let's start at the beginning. Why is the local government Seta under administration?
Well, the Seta, as you might be aware, is a public institution established in terms of the Skills Development Act and also governed by the PFMA. Now, under the Act, when a Seta fails to meet some of its statutory obligations, like submitting the strategic plan to the Executive Authority, submitting the annual report to Parliament, when there are clear examples of bad mismanagement of the finances and other things, then the Minister can instruct the Director General to place the Seta under administration so that those things can be corrected.
All right. Now, I mean, what's happening in the meantime while the Seta is under administration?
Well, it's a tough call because what we have to do, we have to fix everything that has gone wrong. We have to restore good governance. We have to ensure that we fix all the processes, the policies, the procedures. We have to review everything about the organization, how it operates. Operationally, we have to correct the organization. But at the same time, we have to be doing work to meet the mandate of the organization. As we know that Setas have a mandate to facilitate skills development in our specific case within the local government sector. So we also have to be doing that work as we are fixing the organization at the same time. And we have a responsibility and we are compelled to ensure that we consult with all the stakeholders of the organization to ensure that everything that we are doing it in consultation with them so that at the end of the day we are able to say we have repositioned the organization to make it more responsive and more relevant to the needs of the sector, the local government sector, for which the Seta was established.
Yeah, seems like a lot. I mean, is this a process that can be handled with the amount of work that's suddenly now under your administration?
Well, it's not easily, and as I'm saying, I mean, this is work that should be done over a long period of time. Yeah. This is work that gets done with normal structures. There's supposed to be a full board or number of people. There's supposed to be a full structure within the organization with proper management and full complement of management. And in this case, those are some of the challenges that obviously with administration, the board is suspended, so everything is vested on the one person. Yeah. There are capacity issues within the organization which have partly contributed to how we got to be where we are today. So we have to be fixing all of those things, as I'm saying, but at the same time trying to be doing what the organization was established to be doing. So it is a tall order. It's not impossible. With hard work and with the support from all the stakeholders and the departments concerned, we are able to do it, and we believe that we'll be able to do it.
Okay. Take us through some of the achievements met through the administration.
Well, as I mentioned, one of the problems about the local government Seta had been its inability or failure to meet some of its statutory obligations, which had then resulted in the last financial year of 2011-2012, the Seta actually had a disclaimer opinion, audit opinion from the Auditor General, which basically meant that the Seta was unable to account for how it had been spending the public funds that it administers. So one of the key things in terms of the terms of reference of the administration was to ensure that we address all the financial issues that had been raised and ensure that we avert a further disclaimer. We avert another disclaimer. It's early days yet. We don't yet officially have the formal report for this current or for the past financial year, which we have just concluded an audit now. But we do believe, we have it on good authority, that we have succeeded in terms of the interactions we've been having with the Auditor General to indeed avert another disclaimer. So we can safely say that we have started to move the organization back to proper financial management, to restore good governance. Of course, it's a long way. This would be the very first step, and we would now need to use the remaining period to ensure that we put systems in place and do everything we can to restore the organization to proper and good governance and proper management. Yeah. Of course, also the consultations with the stakeholders have begun. We have already stabilized the organization internally. We have reviewed or started to review the contracts of employment of the people, the policies and all of that. So we have ensured that we have stabilized it enough to be able to function, whilst we then undertake all the other work. We are now consulting stakeholders on the processes of the organization, on how we support and serve our stakeholders, the municipalities. We know that the biggest challenge in government in general is at the local sphere of government, and that's where the most weaknesses are, and we have a responsibility to work with them in skills development to support them so that we can do better. We are undergoing consultations with them that will see us at the end of the day being able to serve them better.
Yeah, well, I mean, one of the biggest problems, however, with municipalities is non-delivery. That is a massive problem, much to the frustration of many of the citizens living in these municipalities. You know, what's happening there?
Well, you are quite correctly, but my own view is that, of course, the issues of non-delivery and all problems at local government level are not exclusively because of lack of skills development. Yes, that plays a major role, and that's where, as a Seta, we need to ensure that we work together with them to fund and facilitate the proper training that is required across all levels of municipal service delivery, from the highest levels to the lowest levels of services that are offered, that we work with them in that. Other things, of course, also contribute, but as a Seta, our role is to ensure that we support them through skills development.
Yeah. All right, let's leave it there for now. Thank you very much for talking to us here. Nqaba Nqandela, who is the local government Seta administrator, talking to us here on Morning Live. Thanks very much for being our guest.
Thank you, Leanne.